Good evening, everybody. Tonight, I'm delighted to be joined. I've got a couple of interviews tonight. Actually, I have Richard Morris after Han van der Vliet. Is that correct, Han?
Yes, it is.
Who is the organizer? Am I correct? Are you the actual founder of the night badminton,
No, no,
air
no, no,
badminton?
no.
You
I'm
organize it.
uh, I'm a volunteer for Badminton Netherlands.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, yeah, and I'm involved in several tournaments throughout the year,
Right.
like the Dutch Open, the Dutch International, the championships, all kind of that tournaments.
Right.
And every tournament, I'm doing different things. And in July, we had a tournament circuit of 3 weekends
Yeah.
with 5 teams with for
Yes.
the air badminton. And then
Yes.
they asked, we're going to do Interland with four countries. And do you want to take part in it? And I
Wow.
said, yes, great. I like it.
It looks absolutely amazing. I don't want to. I'm not going to go into it just yet, but it looks absolutely unbelievable. Um,
It was amazing.
and we'll come to it. We're going to come. We're going to come to it. But first of all,
Yeah.
let me, if you don't mind, I would like to talk to you about your badminton.
My badminton. Well, I never played badminton.
Really,
No, I never did. Only the father child thing at the club where my children played.
really,
They started out in I think 2004,
right?
uh, just here in the environment of Utrecht, and
Right.
well, I got involved.
Yes.
I've been playing basketball myself and
Really.
being an umpire
A
for
basketball
over.
umpire. Sorry, Han. A basketball umpire.
Also, yeah, also that, yeah.
Right.
And I've been in the board of the club for I think 20 years, 21 years,
Right.
and then I stopped, and I went over to the badminton club, and then they needed some people for the youth committee, and
Right.
I said, okay, I will do it, and
So,
then
so you took it up very late. What age were you when you took it up?
2004, man. That's
17 years
I
ago.
was 14, I think I was 14.
Wow, wow.
So
And how popular it is in the area where you live? Is it a popular sport?
Uh, I think here in Utrecht we have somewhere around 600 players.
No.
It's most of them are children, I think. No, no, it's half half, I think. But it's nice. It's yeah, a really nice amount of people playing badminton. I think it could be more, but throughout the country, it's. I think it's a nice
A
average.
nice level. And do you go?
Yeah.
Do you play club badminton then, Han?
No, I don't. I don't play.
Oh, don't
I
you at
just. I
all?
just. No, no, no. I just organize.
Wow.
That's the nicest thing. I think if I see people having fun and are satisfied afterwards, then I'm happy.
Do you know Justine Kamal? Do you know that name?
Justin Kamal, no,
Justine
doesn't.
Kamal was one of my. She now works for Badminton Europe. She's from southern France, but she moved to Denmark to work for Badminton Europe. And
Okay, no, it doesn't sound
yeah,
familiar.
she's young. You'll find her on Facebook, Justine Kamal. So when I asked her, she plays badminton and she's quite. I can suppose she's 30 maybe, but she plays badminton. But what reminded me of her is that she loves administration, like loves administration, organizing, administering, sorting out people who's on next, who's got shuttles. She just loves. She just said she. And if you watch her interview, I'll send you the link. She just says, I just love organizing things, and that's why
Oh, well,
I want to go and work for Badminton Europe to organize things. It was amazing.
oh, yeah, 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 okay. But the same goes for me. I picked it up somewhere around 2009, I think, the organizing thing, and then I got involved with the association around 2012, I think. And then the first big tournament was the Dutch International.
Really,
And since then, I'm doing that every year.
really.
Well, it's
Are
nice.
you an umpire then, Han?
No. I'm
Land
doing
judge?
match
What do you
control.
do? Oh, do
No,
you?
match
Match
control.
control. Oh, that's cool.
Yes,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
also for the association, I'm the chairman of the organizing committee.
Brilliant.
Uh, and well, uh, you got involved with every end of the organization, and everything what is has to be done.
Yes.
You know, it's nice to do, and you have to grow into it.
Yeah,
It's not
really.
that's from one or the other day you can do it. You have to get a lot of information, build up a network.
Yes.
Um, SBT, I think you know them, the technical
Yes.
people who are going over Europe with several tournaments.
Yes.
I've
Is that
been
Pamela Muirhead? Pamela Muirhead, that's what she does, isn't
no
it? She.
Eric Bakker,
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
and then he is well. I got to know him, and then I said, okay, I want to help you one tournament to see what it is,
Yes. Good.
what you do for
Yes.
the technical stuff, the network, the tablets for the umpires, the system, the
Really?
scoreboards, that kind of stuff. And that's nice. That's nice to see how they work and what they do.
Do you have a
And
technical background, Han?
a little bit, a little bit. The tournament software is well easy to use. It's fun to use, and you can you can put it to your hand if you want to
And
yeah,
what
and that's nice.
what about cameras? Do you get involved with that?
No, not yet. I'm picking it up a little bit, but it's way yeah it's not easy to do. I invest a lot of my own money in
Do you?
things I
Do you?
use
Do you?
around tournaments.
Yes.
To invest in that, I think
It's expensive.
it's expensive. Yes, of course.
Yes. Do
Yeah.
you know a guy called? Have you heard of a guy called Phil McEwen?
Sounds a little bit familiar, but
He is a very technical audio video guy in Ireland, and he
okay.
is from an IT background. His day job is IT, but he voluntarily sets up cameras, PTZ cameras, screen switching, the software for the tablets. He's creating a system from the ground up for Badminton
Oh, yeah.
Ireland, and he's
Okay.
a lovely guy to meet. I'll introduce you to him. Phil's a great
But,
guy, but he knows all about cameras. He knows how to set up audio, and he talks about how. Because I was asking him the other week, how do you set up audio? Because I think the Scottish Nationals were on, and the audio was pretty poor. If I'm honest, I shouldn't be
mhm.
critical, but wasn't great. There was a lot of the camera was obviously set back with the audience, and you could hear the audience. The audio wasn't coming from wasn't coming from a microphone. It was coming from where the camera was, right? Which is fine, but not great, not ideal. And I asked him a question where the audio comes from, and he actually sent me back a link of a wireless microphone that sellotapes to the back of the tablets on the umpire's desk
Yeah, yeah.
and feeds in. Are so clever. I just love this stuff.
Uh, okay.
This is all my world, isn't it?
But even if you have a company that is specialized in audio or video, if you watch the Air Badminton links, the live stream,
Yes,
then you don't hear exactly what the umpire is saying, even if they have the microphone. And
really.
that's
Yeah,
because we played music
I
all the
know.
time throughout. It was nice. It was very good to do that. It's a new sport. It's a new thing, and I
Yes.
think it's nice to do this,
Yeah.
like playing music
I
the whole
love it.
match.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
jump over and show the images. Let's go to the images of 1 second. That's the wrong thing. Excuse me. 1 second. There's my images. I'm sorry. Excuse that.
uh,
Yeah. So he was. So that was a team of. That was interesting. A team of three. Tell me how it works, please. Tell me the scoring.
okay.
Tell me the scoring. Yes.
Well, first of all, you have a tie, and a tie is the complete game between two countries.
Okay.
And a tie is split up in 5 matches.
Okay.
You play men's double, women's double, mixed double, and we have a triple one and triple two, and triple one is with 2 men and 1 woman, and the other one is with 2 women and 1 man.
Yes.
So you can play it with 4 players. But
Right.
then you have to play
That's
everything.
the image I love. That is the image. Look at that image.
I will tell you more about this.
Yes,
this
go.
is this is
Yes,
nice.
sorry,
Is nice.
yeah.
But so if you have 4 players, you have to play everything, and that's hard.
Yeah.
So if you have at least 6, or I think the best is 8, you can divide it through the matches, and you can play a very good tie. And then you use the relay system. So you start with 0, and the first team who has 100 points at the end of the 5 matches is winner. So every match has 20 points.
Right.
And you go on counting from the score the first match ends. So let's say it's 2015, and then the second match is the start 2015, and then you go on. The only thing that is different is that if you are at, for instance, 27,
Yes.
then the next match starts at 2010. So the 7 will become 10.
We'll round it up.
Yeah, they round it up. This is to get more even, but that's not in everything. So the next match, if you're below the 20, you will go to 20, and then it's also just below the 30, it will be 30, and then below the 40, it will be 40. So then the last match could start at 80-40.
Wow.
You change field ends every time the first team is going to the 10, the 30, the 50, the 70, or the 19 points. And then you have the complete tie. That's it.
Who made this up? Who made this?
The Badminton World Federation.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. Since 2019, they are preparing for this.
Really?
And what we did here was also the tournament circuit we did in July was some kind of test event, and this was a showcase to test how it is. And the setup, what you showed, the stadium where we're playing in,
yes,
that's from the beach volleyball.
Oh, is it? This
is. It is.
Yes,
This is. It is. The place where it is here on one side of where you see the large building on the left side.
Yes.
On that side, there's only 40 centimeters of sand. On the other side,
yes,
it's 1 meter of sand because it's degreasing. The floor is.
I see. A slope.
Yeah.
I see.
And in the middle there's you bring in some kind of trucks with sand and you put it in. These are for if you use the ground floor also as a floor, then you have 4 levels. Ground floor and 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
In every corner you have some kind of bar. And if these are all small boxes. It was used for the first time in Utrecht for the European Championships of Beach Volleyball last year in Corona environment.
I see.
Yes, and this was the only way they could organize that event.
I see.
And I think at the most people in a box, I think, will be 8. But last year, I think that was 6. That was the maximum you could have in a box, and they should be from the same group of people
Yes.
where you're with, a family or a sports thing, or okay, whatever you want. And then now we had, yeah, I think the biggest one was 8 or 10, something like that. But it was very, very nice. And you order by a QR code
Right.
your drinks,
Yes.
and it
I
will be
see.
brought to you.
I see in
So
your booth. Yes.
yes, you don't have to walk. You can keep sitting or standing up, of course, if you want to cheer and shout.
It's
But
fun.
well, it's very nice. It's very nice.
And it's city center location, right?
Yeah, it's almost near. It's next to the central station,
Oh
of the
wow.
where the train stop. I think we advise the teams and the spectators that come by train, because it's only, I think, 200 meters walk from
Wow.
the train station to the stadium. It's very nice. It's
So good.
yeah, it's really, really, really nice.
So
And
it wasn't, this event was purely for badminton. It wasn't to
no,
do.
no,
Mm.
the stadium is built up, I think, August 23rd, and it will be tear down 20th of September,
Really?
something like that. So first there was beach volleyball, then the air badminton. We had padel in it last week,
Yes.
and now the coming weeks there are some music events.
Oh,
So
that's
it's very nice.
such a clever idea. And how does it?
Yeah, it
So
is.
obviously, they've done it in connection with with volleyball, then, right? With the work with a volleyball federation or whatever, the equivalent of
Um,
BWF for volleyball. I guess it's they must communicate. I suppose, right?
yeah, okay. Probably you heard of it. We had Victor Anvilov is a former technical director of Badminton Netherlands, and he started again the 1st of September. So we have connection with volleyball.
I
So
see.
that makes it easy. That makes it easy. But of course, the association is in a building with more sport associations,
Yes.
so
Yes.
that's easy. And of course, you discuss a lot of things together. The volleyball association is in The Hague. That's a different place than where Badminton Netherlands is. But well, if you have good contact, you can arrange a lot of things.
Fascinating.
And the stadium is set up by Sportworks. It's a rather big company that does things like this, organizing events. And Sideline is the company who does the audio and the video and that kind of stuff.
So all the sponsorship you see are kind of joint sponsorship for the netball and for the volleyball and the badminton, right? So like I saw Adidas and that kind of thing on it, and I thought, wow,
Yeah, okay, but I think volleyball is using our other sponsors. So we have our own sponsor, of course, for an event, and volleyball will have different. It could be the same clothing or that kind of company, but normally I say it will be a different kind of companies who are sponsoring events.
yeah. So you have so somebody effectively that so the cost putting up that structure and housing it there for a month, I suppose, and then they say, okay, who can we have and what dates can we have and
Yeah,
what revenue will we generate from each one of those events, and is it worthwhile, yes or no? It's in the
yeah,
city, it's very close, it's amazing, such a great
yeah.
idea. And I suppose the air badminton thing, because it was on sand, right?
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. I had I we had as a technical team had a training from Matthew Varghese from Dubai. He is involved with the regulations from the start,
Yeah.
and he gave a presentation on which different rules there are for air badminton compared with the badminton.
Yeah.
And he showed us some pictures from tournaments they do in Dubai. And of course, Dubai, it's all sand. So they can play enough. But it's nice to see that they have their courts lying there just for air badminton.
Really.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice with lights that are. I think it looked like that they were built as it is.
It's
Don't
like
move it again.
Dubai. They know how to do that. The thing with Dubai is they have money, isn't it? And you look at
Yeah,
look at night golf. Have you ever seen the night golf in Dubai? That's just incredible. If
I
they
didn't.
have you not? Oh, night golf.
No,
is,
no, no,
Oh
no.
yeah, in the middle of Dubai, there's a golf course at night. If you Google night golf in Dubai, it's incredible.
Okay.
There's
I will.
it's a floodlit. I think it's not 18 holes, but it's a few 3 or 4 holes of golf,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's amazing. It's literally you can see a golf ball at night. It's black, dark. It's amazing. So yeah, it's tell me where did the teams come from? How far did the teams come from? And are they badminton players as well?
All were badminton players. Yes. So it was really nice. They came from Belgium, France, and Germany. I hope, but I'm not sure. We have to discuss it with the teams that we can make some kind of an annual circuit of it. So next year, for instance, we can play in France or in
Oh yeah.
Germany. Everyone was very, very happy afterwards, and they were blown away by the stadium because, yeah, where do you find this kind of things?
Yeah.
This
The only
is
thing I wanted to share it. I wanted to share the video, and I recorded some of it. I recorded some of your. I wonder if I can show it to you. I recorded some of it, but it stopped me. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to try and bring in. One second. I'm going to try and bring in the video that I recorded because it was really impressive. But unfortunately, because of the audio of the music,
yeah,
it stopped me uploading it to YouTube. The copyright
Yes.
infringement on the music,
I know.
which was so frustrating because I was really impressed with it. 1 second, I'm just going to try and find this. Try and find the. I would love to have seen even if I could have shown a bit of the video. 1 second. 1 second. Let's see if I can find this. Just a little clip. So I think I might have seen a whole. 1 second. I think I might have had a whole. 1 second. Laptop recordings. There we are. 1 second. I'm just going to try and bring this in if I can, just so we can show it because it's pretty cool. Desktop. Sorry. Let's see if I can find this clip. Is that it? 1 second. Sorry. Got it? Have I got it? Can I show it? I don't know if I can. Don't know if I have it. Oh, that's so frustrating. What I'll do is I'll try and. What I'm gonna have to do is I'll strip the audio out of it, and I'll put it in the.
Yeah.
I'll put it in because it was. It's really so impressive. I just loved it. And this is the first one you've done. So you travel to these things regularly, do you? Do you travel to volunteer? What do you do for work? Do you work as well? What do you do?
I'm a finance manager.
I see. So
With
you've got a day job.
with a large internet. Yeah. I got a day job. Yeah, at this moment I have some kind of holiday. It's September, so it's my holiday month. No, but I do have my own work. I raised a federation for the tournament organization I do. Somewhere in 2014, so I'm involved with badminton, crossminton, air badminton now, and probably I will do something like things for companies where they have a sportive day with all kinds of racket sports.
Really? Oh, is that what you like? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah, that's something. It has been asked already. So I'm preparing for it. I'm looking for venues where I can organize it, and that's difficult because you want to do as much of things as you like.
yes?
Badminton, tennis, squash, padel, something like that. Even if it is possible, crossminton. And then,
Sorry, Han. What is Crossminton? What's that?
uh, do you know the speed badminton from years ago?
Was that is that the point where you only play to five or something?
No, 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 no. It's on a tennis court
Right,
without a net, and then you
right.
only use the service boxes as field.
Really?
Yeah, and it's with a some kind. It looked like a squash racket, and
Right.
it's a different shuttle. And the shuttle makes sound if you hit it. So it's a little whistling. If you look Crossminton on
Online.
YouTube, you will see. Yeah, yeah, you will find enough.
Crossminton.
Um,
That's a new one. That's a new one on
yeah,
me.
yeah,
And do you play
yeah,
tennis?
yeah. Okay.
Do you play tennis or anything as well, or do you play all
No,
sorts?
no, I don't play any sports anymore. I'm just back to my work.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
No,
No,
that's
it's
good.
it's 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 nice to do things like organization because if you, for instance, if I'm involved with the Dutch Open in October, it could be that I walk 100 times up and down the venue because you looking for that or you want to have that or and that kind of stuff,
Yes.
and it's pretty large, so such a venue. So I work enough. That's my sport.
How do you think about what do you think about money in badminton?
It's difficult.
Yeah.
I think the sport is not that big that you can say we have enough sponsors to get the money for interesting players at your tournament. I think we have to create more and more, but it won't happen. If you go to China, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, there it is much easier because they play badminton during lunch. Um, it's just normal. It's like football in the Netherlands.
Yes.
It's badminton.
Yeah. I think the money is always interesting to me as to why. Yeah, it's a such a subject, isn't it? The money and how people, how players and how juniors get to be the level and how good people have to be and how they get the fund themselves to go to tournaments, to go to events, to improve and to
Yeah,
travel and to get up there kind of thing. It seems to at the moment just in certainly in the UK it just relies on. I think it just relies on kind of family mostly, really. A lot of young players just rely on their parents and rely on and there's very little commercial. But I think that's a failing. I think in I'm in sales. I sell. That's what I do for a living, and
yeah,
I don't think anybody sells it very well. Badminton. I don't think anybody
no,
goes to business and sells it. And people you see businesses donate charity. Accounts. Finances, and what I'm taught. I sell kind of capital equipment, and always taught. I've done it for a long time, and it's money is relative. What to me is a lot of money. £200 to a badminton player is a lot of money. To a business, it's nothing, right? It's
yeah,
absolutely nothing. And even 1,000, £2,000 is nothing. But when you look at that from a 13, 14, and 15-year-old, they see £1,000 and go, wow, that's like a
yeah,
lot of money. Whereas if you went to a company and said, can I have £1,000, they'd say, if they're offsetting tax, all these things that can happen. I just think it's not sold well enough. I just think and I've had discussion before with players and coaches, and I was talking to Michael Martin Lewis last week on the subject, and he was, they're just There's just nobody selling it properly. There's nobody teaches young children at 13, 14, 15 how to deal with business, how to go. They might say you need to go to your local companies and try and raise money so you can tour and all those things. But how would they know how to do that, right? They've been playing badminton from 13 and somebody spots them and says they've got talent, and then they go and become players, and then somebody says, right, okay, you need to go and generate some money to. Where did they start? Somebody that's 13. I don't know what you think of that.
Well, for instance, my younger son has played. I think now last year I once it was Corona time, so there was
Yeah,
no
2019. Yeah,
match at all. But 2019, I think that was. I'm not sure if he had it all covered that year, but before that, I think he had 5 6 years where he through Facebook he had covered his whole costs around the badminton.
wow.
And then clothing, records, shuttles, everything you can think of. He had arranged it through Facebook.
And was that
So
can I ask? Was that through merchandise providers, or was it through companies, or was it
through
businesses?
companies,
Through company. That's
through
brilliant.
companies, yeah, yeah,
How
yeah,
good
yeah.
is
So
that?
just
That's great.
send people messages,
Yeah,
stalk them to have an
fantastic.
answer and that kind of stuff. So I think there's a lot of possibilities for players to do something like
Yes.
to earn money or get money from companies, but you have to be you have to push hard to
Yes.
get it.
You've got to be. I would say you've got to be entrepreneurial. You've got to be.
Yeah,
You've got to be. But that's. I suppose that's the subject that interests me as a salesperson. I can't. I can't sell. I can't. I couldn't coach. I couldn't do that. But one thing I do know is about business and money, and I think I could probably help people. That are afraid of don't know where to start. Right? Where do you start? And I think badminton starts with that. The I think the business of badminton starts supporting itself with that, with people getting the confidence to go out and somebody to teach them how to do it, even
yeah,
somebody to say, right, okay, let's look at your businesses local to where you live. Let's look and tell them where you live because they want business where you live. So let's go to those people and go to, if you live in a certain city and there's a business around the corner that's looking for business locally, they want to be seen to support somebody local. It's not,
yeah.
everybody obsesses, I think, about winning and being on television and wearing their outfits and all of those things, which I think is a disconnect. I think somebody probably, maybe yeah, I don't know. That's what I think.
Well, and you need to be seen on social media. I think that's the most
Really?
important thing. So what we did with the air badminton, I think it was really, really well done.
Yes.
Uh,
Agree.
uh, a lot of visibility, and if you have your sponsors, name them. It's very important. And we did, and I think that was really really well done this time. So
Yeah, I agree.
we learn every time from events.
So do you find see that? So do you know the setup going back to the air badminton, the night badminton, that stadium which is built?
Yeah.
Yes. Is there a plan for that to go somewhere else next? And
Well,
will air badminton follow it? I suppose.
just before it started in Utrecht this year, I think there was something in Austria. I think Vienna, but I'm not sure if it was there. But it was in Austria, and there was a championships. I think the European, but I'm not sure. And it was the same setup.
Yes, was it?
Yeah, all through another company, of course, but it was the same setup. So I think it will spread over Europe for the beach volleyball. There's a lot of money going around in the beach volleyball, in volleyball
Really?
itself, I think. And if it is set up like it is now in Utrecht, for a month. You can use with different sports, and I hope next year will be again in Utrecht, so we can rent it again and make an event, hopefully the same or something else, or you have to show your sports.
And is that what happens? Do they put it up and rent it to the different aid companies, and I guess they pay an
Yeah,
amount of money for it for a night or for 2 nights or whatever you want? And yeah,
yeah,
wow, it's an
yeah.
amazing idea. I hope it can be replicated across Europe. It'd be amazing to see that in the
I hope
UK.
so too. It's nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's a great
And you
idea.
can set it up everywhere.
Yeah.
That's search for
Yes.
a place. I think look something in London.
Yeah.
I think there will be a place
Amazing. Oh,
big enough to put it down.
easily that thing is, but
Yeah,
it requires all, as you say, all of the sports. Is what's quite? It's actually quite interesting. All of the sports coming together. They do have that in Scotland. There's a building in Scotland for Sports Scotland. Have a building, a 4-story building, and all the sports. A lot of sports are in that building, in one building, and it makes
uh,
communication and everything else. Yeah,
and we have several sports venues in the Netherlands where several sports are in together.
really.
Uh, yeah, but you can't play it at the same time.
No,
If I use a sports venue, you
it's yours.
use it only for badminton. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
For instance, the Dutch International is played at Velo in Wateringen, just south of The Hague. And that's a club where you can play football, volleyball, badminton, hockey. I think more. And they have football fields. They have their sports hall too. I think it's a complete setup. It's nice. So that makes it easy to do more sports than one at one place.
Amazingly interesting, amazing. Great, Han. Well, thank you very much for your time to tell us all
Yeah.
about air badminton. I absolutely love it, and we have another new friend. Okay,
Okay.
it's been great.
Okay.
It's been great to meet you.
Thanks.
Have a good night. Enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, take
Thank
care.
you.
Nice to meet you.
Bye bye.
Bye.